lot of these players are now playing regular T20 leagues, so they need to be absolutely fit. And I think there's this general culture that is developing under Mickey Arthur, where he's so big on fitness. And I think because of most of these players being fit, it has allowed them to then pounce on half chances and look good in the field.
Yeah, totally agree, and I had that chat with Mickey himself, and I think it's as blunt as, if your fielding's not up to scratch, you're not playing for your country. He brings that attitude and culture into the Kings, and then all the other overseas coaches. Not to say the Pakistan coaches don't hold that passion for fielding as well, but I think that
can become, I won't say dangerous, but prone to the occasional accident, because, Danny, you know the spikes can go on a damp surface. And
well, we've already had Roman Rees. That's been really frustrating, because the rain that's been around and the turf that was dug up from Roman when he landed like that. I've seen Big Darren Sammy landed. We've seen guys in the outfield here already take the turf up a little bit.
And plus the fact that the ball itself, it's going to get wet too soon. So at the moment, that's what we've got. Oh, is that who's that? Who have we got there? Oh, that is Mohamed Amir. Now, Danny, there we are. You're on.
Go on as opening batter, you can strike. Pinch hitting.
So at the moment, it's the players. Karachi, Karachi, we know have won. Karachi have won the toss, and we know that they're batting first. That's one thing that Imad Wasim has done 3 times. But we've sent Michael Slater down there. Slats is down there. Let's join Slats.
good on you, Al. Yeah, I'm down here and I've got the coach of the Multan Sultans. Obviously the first instalment for them in the PSL. They've started fantastically well. Tom Moody, my great mate, well done, mate. You're coaching them beautifully. You've got a really well-balanced team.
Yeah, look, so far so good, but it's, you know, obviously early parts of the tournament. As you said, it's a new franchise, new team. Players are just getting familiar with each other and understanding each other's games. So, you know, we know that we've got some hard work ahead of us.
Tom Moody, my great...
Early parts of the tournament, as you... tough competition because as you've seen so far, the standard in this tournament is a high standard and challenging at times as well because the conditions do present, you know, various challenges. We've seen some wickets that you know, teams have had to navigate themselves around, you know, challenging conditions, and hopefully, you know, certainly over the next couple of games we play here in Sharjah, we can do that.
The pitches have been great, but it seems to me that first 10 overs is the real going 10 overs, and then it starts to be a bit more normal batting to get that 150 total, and I'm not sure teams are in sync with that yet.
Yeah, I think it really depends, one, your opponent, their strengths are, and two, the balance of your side. You know, there's some teams that do have the likes of, you know, the McCullums of the world up front that like to express themselves early on and take the game on, and there's others like, you know, the Kumar Sangakaras of the world that will sit in the game a bit longer and blossom as the innings unfolds. And I think it's really important to play your game to your strengths. There's no point playing a certain brand of cricket that doesn't suit the personnel that you've got in your side. I'm a big believer of letting players play to their strengths and encouraging them to play to their strengths and giving them the platform to do that, whether it be a practice or on match day.
You've coached all around the world, you've commentated all around the world, which probably helps the coaching in a certain way. But in terms of what you're seeing with Pakistan cricketers, we've been overwhelmed by the fielding. 9 catches have been taken, and when we look at all the competitions in the last year, that's at the top at this stage. So there's a real distinct push for the fielding to improve, and we're seeing that.
Well, from a coach's point of view, it's as important discipline as the batting and the bowling, and I think that has been over time has been ignored. But what we've seen as we've seen the evolution of T20 cricket, we've seen the spotlight and the faces watching the game. There's millions of people out there watching the game and critiquing the game, and also not only teams but individuals. And if you're a player that lacks physical intensity, lacks skill in the field, whether you can't move particularly well, left, right, throw well, catch well, that's going to be highlighted and it's going to be exposed. And I think young players coming through the system now, they know that it's a must to have as part of their kit bag is to, number one, bat or bowl well, or do both of them well if you're an all-rounder, but also step up in the field and be someone that can be relied upon. Because ultimately, again, wearing my coach's hat, that can be the difference between picking a player and not picking a player. Is if you're tossing up between player A and B, slightly better in the field, you're always going to go for the better fielder, because it could save you 5 runs, and 5 runs in T20 cricket is significant.
My word, Moods, I'm going to do something very different here. Because I want you to feel the difference, because my neck's starting to get sore. So I want you to feel what I have to do when I interview you guys all the time. So now, right back at you.
Okay, no, that's fine.
All right.
It's interesting you're in this position, because for the first time in my life,
yes,
I've had to be involved with, and whether it be a playing point of view or a coaching point of view, a player that is taller than me. Mohamed Irfan, come on down. My God. Number one, what a wonderful bloke he is.
Yeah,
terrific. And this is the beauty of coaching in this environment, where it's a completely different culture, new competition, meeting new people, seeing the differences in how people prepare and what they do socially and all those type of things. But Mohamed Irfan, what a fabulous story he is. For one, factory worker that was found. He's bowled beautifully with us, for us so far. But that aside, I'm having to do this to him. How ridiculous is that?
No, but there's a shift, isn't there? They always say if you're looking down on people, have greater authority. All of a sudden, I've gone for a timid interviewer to feeling like I'm all over you.
Yeah, you are all over me, but you've always been all over me. That hasn't changed, whether it was bat in hand or just socially. You've always held the upper hand, and I'm comfortable with that. And that's why normally when I'm socializing with you, I'd sit on a stool.
Yes, that's right.
Because I know you're going to dominate.
Now, we're waiting for you to come out in the suit as the coach. Are you going to don the suit and have further authority that way?
Oh, it's not really my style. Look, I admire those that choose to go that pathway, but yeah, look, I get, I did hear the management, the Islamabad management, talking about their reasoning behind that, and I quite respect what their reasoning was, and that is they feel that the coaching role is a serious role. We see it in other codes, and I think you may have sort of donned, a couple of the coaches, or particularly one of the coaches, there's Alex Ferguson.
Yes, that's right.
But yeah, look, I get it, but it's not for me at the moment, and it's going to take a while to get that suit made up, because I need extra long length and everything else that goes with it when you buy a suit when you're my size.
Well, you get them tailored beautifully over here. And just finally, a serious